Welcome, everyone. We are live at Soldier Field in Chicago, Illinois. A capacity crowd, and to the hundreds of thousands watching at home tonight, welcome to the Presidential Wrestling Federation and welcome to the Presidential Rumble. I'm Stunning Steve Lincoln Douglas.
And I'm James Shea Hamilton.
And boy, what an exciting event. The Presidential Rumble, always a huge draw.
That's right. All the presidential superstars will be going at it for a chance, a shot at the title at PresidentialMania.
That's it. This is what it's all about. 43 individuals in one ring, and only one of them will walk away with the chance at that title. The prestigious Presidential Wrestling Federation Heavyweight Championship belt.
Well, speaking of the name of that belt there, we have, kind of an unfortunate occurrence recently.
That's right, we do.
The Presidential Wrestling Federation has been involved in an ongoing lawsuit. We were sued by the Protect Wildlife Foundation over the use of the initials PWF.
That's just it, James. We, unfortunately, moving forward, we will be unable to use the PWF as our name, and therefore there's a name change here going to happen. We expect to hear about that in President Trump's address.
That's right. Fortunately, the PWF has finally lost that lawsuit, and the owner of the PWF, Donald Trump, expected to come out and expected to announce the new name of Presidential Wrestling Entertainment. We could be the PWE going forward.
Very well could be, James. That seems to be what is considered the most likely name change. PWF to PWE.
That's right, and owner Trump also expected to address the controversy over the Transcontinental Championship.
That's right. As our listeners will recall, what a turn of events. The handicapped match between Andrew Jackson, Henry Clay, and John C. Calhoun. Jackson going down, and the title.
He vacated the title.
That's it. The title vacated, and it's going to the House of Representatives.
Yeah, by stipulation, the House of Representatives was to choose the new Transcontinental Champion. They were expected to award the belt to John Quincy Adams, the former champion who actually masterminded Jackson's loss in the handicap match. However, when the House gathered to vote on a new Transcontinental Champion, some Donald Trump supporters stormed the U.S. Capitol and took possession of the Transcontinental belt.
That's right, a dark day when an onslaught of Trump supporters storming the U.S. Capitol and absconding with the Transcontinental belt.
That's right, so there is still no Transcontinental Champion, and we'll see what Donald Trump has to say about that.
That's right, a much-anticipated speech here that could be going down any time. We look forward to that, as well as some exciting action here. And James, you and I both know it, the Presidential Rumble, among the most unique events here at the former PWF.
Indeed, one of the most action-packed, chaotic type of match you can have. Anything can happen.
That's it. We've always said anything and anything could happen in the former Presidential Wrestling Federation, but tonight that is put on display.
And of course, all the presidential superstars will be competing for a shot at the title at PresidentialMania, the title held by Donald Trump.
That's right. Which of these superstars is going to go on to face owner and champion Donald Trump at PresidentialMania?
Well, he's going to come out here now to introduce the match, and we'll see what he has to say.
That's just it. Here we go. Things are looking like they're about to begin. Let's get down to ringside. Ladies and gentlemen, the owner of the former Presidential Wrestling Federation, Donald Trump. Here he comes, Donald Trump.
That's right. He's got the championship belt. And he's got the Transcontinental belt as well.
He's got both belts on him.
That's the first sighting we've had of the Transcontinental belt since the unfortunate events at the Capitol.
Indeed. Well, at least we got it back. That is a good sign. And just bedecked with PWF girls is President Trump as he makes his way to the ring. In this much-anticipated address. A lot on the line, James.
That's right. The future of the PWF, we'll find out what it's going to be called and how it's going to go down.
That's just it. Trump's made his way to ringside, eating up the adulation of this uproarious crowd here. Absolutely sold out here at Soldier Field.
Standing room only.
That's
Tens of thousands. There might be 100,000 people here.
There's easily hundreds of thousands of people watching at home. And of course, we thank you for paying your $29.99 to tune into tonight's event.
Yep, it was automatically debited from your account when you clicked. Thank you for your contributions.
Absolutely, and you're in for a real treat tonight. Let's, Trump now being handed the microphone. Here we go, James. Wow, what a crowd. They're telling me the biggest crowd in history gathered here tonight, the largest television audience tuning in. Not that I'm surprised. What an event, the Presidential Rumble. It's all about finding out who I'm going to beat at PresidentialMania. Which of these presidents is going to come to face me and inevitably lose? That's what it's all about. I'm taking it all in. Look at all these people here. But we got a lot to talk about. I don't want to waste anybody's time. I know everybody's excited for this action. I am too. I can't wait to see which of these presidents that I'm going to beat at PresidentialMania. But we got sued. I guess we better address that first. The Protection of Wildlife Federation or Foundation, whatever the hell they call themselves, a bunch of losers, a bunch of tree-hugging hippies. They probably haven't bathed in God knows how long. They all stink. Unbelievable. So, we've had to change the name. But a rose by any name, am I right? Everybody came to me and said, oh, make it the PWE, Presidential Wrestling Entertainment. Oh, President Trump. Presidential Wrestling Entertainment, because it is. It's the most entertaining thing out there. But what they don't realize is I'm much smarter than that. I know business. I know brands. And I came up with something far superior. We are now, henceforth, moving forward, the TWO, the Trump Wrestling Organization, got a great ring to it. The TWO. And here we are, the very first inaugural event of the Trump Wrestling Organization, the Presidential Rumble. What an historical day this is. And speaking of history, we got some more issues. The Transcontinental title. The Transcontinental title, JQA. He thought he was smart. Trying to rig up a scheme to get himself back the belt. But Trump saw through it. Trump saw right through that scheme and shut it down. Not gonna happen. The Transcontinental belt is gonna be on the line at PresidentialMania in a match that I will set up between the two best contenders for said title. And that does not include John Quincy Adams. Sorry, John. Nice try. Better luck next time. You can't outthink Trump. I got the superior brain. Everybody says. Everybody's talking about this. You've heard it. I got the best brain. They can't outthink Trump. And they just can't outdo this kind of event. Look at these people. Chomping at the bit for some action. And they're going to get it. Let's talk about the two elephants in the room. Or should I say the two jackasses. George Washington and Abraham Lincoln. Of course, they were suspended for conduct unbecoming a superstar of the Trump Wrestling Organization. But I've lifted that suspension. I'm going to give them their chance. That's the kind of guy I am. I'm going to give them a shot here tonight. Washington, Lincoln, I am allowing them to enter the Presidential Rumble, and we'll see how they do with their random draws. See what kind of luck they had. It all comes down to the luck of the draw, am I right? Who knows? Who knows when they could come into this, but they'll be in it. Whether or not they like it, I don't know, but they're going to be here. And everybody's looking forward to that. Everybody's looking forward to the Rumble. So why don't we just get down to brass tacks? Let's kick it off. The first annual TWO Presidential Rumble. Here we go. There you have it, James.
Wow.
What an onslaught of news here.
What an announcement.
Where to begin?
Well, we're now the Trump Wrestling Organization.
Indeed we are. We are the TWO, the Trump Wrestling Organization. Didn't
see that coming.
I didn't see that coming, James. But, well, here we are. And, boy, what news about the Transcontinental title?
Well, it's back in the hands of the TWO owner, and will be on the line at PresidentialMania.
And, boy, what kind of match will we see for that, knowing right off the bat John Quincy Adams won't be up for it.
Well, maybe
I'm sure much to his dismay.
Well, right now, maybe he's hoping for a chance at the top title, because he'll be a contender here in the Rumble.
That's just it, as will George Washington and Abraham Lincoln. Again, President Trump lifting their suspension and letting them participate in this Rumble. And, of course, as we all remember last year's Presidential Rumble, it came down to Washington and Lincoln, with Lincoln able to eke it out. Of course, we remember Lincoln's unfortunate bout with Joe Biden at PresidentialMania with the presidency on the line. Now, President Trump has not stated whether or not the presidency will be on the line at PresidentialMania, but we can assume that's the case. As it is, we got a pretty exciting Rumble coming up. And it looks like we are ready to announce our first presidential superstar. Let's get down to ringside. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Presidential Rumble. The first two contestants will be introduced, and every 60 seconds, a new presidential superstar will enter the fray. In order to be eliminated, the contestants must be thrown over the top rope with both feet hitting the floor. Introducing first, George Washington. Oh my God, James Washington's number one. He drew number one.
Wow, that just doesn't feel random to me.
My God, what are the chances?
I think Trump was winking when he was talking about the numbers being random.
You could be right, James. George Washington, though, here he comes. He's making his way to the ring. He's not put off by the fact that he's number one here.
Well, he's going to want a shot at the title, but he's going to have to climb out of a huge hole to get it.
Indeed.
His chances are slim and none at this point.
That's just it. Introducing next, Abraham Lincoln! My God! Washington and Lincoln. The first two individuals.
Wow. I'm not surprised now hearing the second one. I don't think this was random at all.
I can't even say what are the chances, because I think the chance was 100% that these two were going to start this thing off.
Yeah, I don't think Donald Trump wants these two to have a chance. I think his letting them back into the Rumble is just a way of subjecting them to a lot of punishment.
That's just it, James. Lincoln now in the ring. Washington and Lincoln ready to start this thing off. Here we go, Washington and Lincoln. And, well, it appears they're just exchanging words. Lincoln gesturing backstage. Presumably, they're talking about President Trump.
Yeah, they're not They're not fighting.
They're not fighting at all. They are having a discussion.
These two have been at war with Donald Trump.
Shaking their heads.
They're not going to play his game, I guess.
I don't believe this,
battle
James.
each other.
No.
They, of course, trashed Donald Trump's dressing room at Air of Bad Feelings, prompting their suspension.
Indeed.
George Washington was disqualified, or caused John Adams to be disqualified at World War III.
That's right.
Through interference, because he was not allowed to participate.
Yeah, a lot of bad blood between these two and President Trump.
And I'm sure they're not happy about their random draws here.
No, and they seem far from random, James. But they are not going to fight. Wow. They are doing some calisthenics.
They're just awaiting the next superstar.
And here he comes. Who do we got coming? It's Joe Biden.
Oh, my God.
It's Joe Biden. Here he comes.
That kind of doesn't seem random either.
Well, I'm starting to wonder here. Joe Biden, he's making his way down. Taking his time. Seems to be stopping. What's he doing here? Shouting into the crowd. He's noticed a cotton candy vendor, and he appears to be waving him down. Joe Biden seems to be a little bit unclear.
He needs to get into the ring
as to what he's doing. No, he needs to make his way to the ring, and he is stopped at the guardrail, and he is gesturing to a cotton candy vendor. Looks like Joe Biden, it's a little pre-presidential rumble snack, James. But what he needs to do is get to the ring. Okay, he's got his cotton candy. Doesn't appear he has any money to pay for it. Yep, the vendor's taking it back off him. He looks dejected, and people shouting at him now to go towards the ring. And here comes our next entry. It's Bill Clinton! Bill Clinton coming now. Bill Clinton tapping Biden on the shoulder and saying, hey, the ring's that way. You need to be in there.
It seems like these numbers are just whoever Donald Trump wanted to screw over.
I'm starting to wonder, James. This is looking awfully suspicious. You got Lincoln and Washington in the ring doing stretches, and Clinton appears to be guiding Joe Biden to the ring now. They've made their way down there. Joe Biden and Bill Clinton both entering the ring. And Washington and Lincoln now. Here we go. We'll see if something goes down here. They all have to be suspicious about this random draw. But that's not...
Right.
Oh, it's not keeping Bill Clinton back. He's trying to go after Lincoln. Bill Clinton, Abraham Lincoln, trading blows. George Washington getting involved. Clinton might be in trouble. Joe Biden wandering
Lincoln
around.
And Washington are teaming up on Bill Clinton now.
That's it. Bill Clinton could be in some trouble. Joe Biden's just kind of wandering around the ring. And here comes our next entry. Wow, it's Barack Obama. Now I'm really convinced.
Non-surprise.
I am totally convinced that this was not a random draw. Although I do want to keep my job, and I love my paycheck as well as our illustrious owner.
Me too. Looking forward to my new TWO paycheck.
Obama wasting no time running into the ring and getting Biden's attention, saying, come on, let's get into this here. They're trying to help Bill Clinton. Washington now turning his attention to Obama.
Now diving into the fray. He and Clinton facing down Washington and Lincoln. Joe Biden still looks like he's having words with the cotton candy vendor who's still in the crowd.
What is going on here?
Joe Biden just climbed right over the top rope and he eliminated himself. He's dove over the guardrail. He's attacking the cotton candy vendor.
My God, Joe Biden, he's eliminated himself. He's going after that cotton candy vendor.
Eliminated.
Here comes here comes TWO security. Joe Biden, he's out of this thing, and here comes Teddy Roosevelt.
Teddy Roosevelt, the next superstar.
The big Teddy Roosevelt coming in, and he's going to make a difference here. And oh my God, wasting no time. And he's ripping into the fray. He's beating on everybody. He's taking shots at everybody.
Biden has an armload of cotton candy as he makes his way back to the dressing room. He looks very happy.
He appears to be content.
He feels like a winner.
He certainly does, But I don't think anybody else in this ring maybe feels like a winner except perhaps Teddy Roosevelt, who is taking shots at everybody, but they're starting to come back. And everybody taking pot shots at Teddy Roosevelt, who jumped into the middle of this fray. The odd man out here.
This rumble started slow, but it has become a brawl now.
It is heating up quickly. And who knows what could happen next.
Superstars in the ring. A number of them would be favorites for the title. But it's going to be tough for any of them to make it all the way to the end here.
That's exactly right, but we know about the tenacity and the fortitude of Teddy Roosevelt. He is able to hang on, and here we have coming now. Oh my goodness, it's William Howard Taft, and he is looking determined.
He is lumbering to the ring. He has his sights set on Teddy Roosevelt already.
Indeed, this could make a huge difference.
Their brutal match at Era Bad Feelings. Their feud still unresolved.
Teddy Roosevelt tangling up with 4 people.
Going right
for Roosevelt. Roosevelt and Taft now exchanging blows. And this gives the other 4 a chance to recuperate for a second, but they're not wasting much time. Lincoln and Clinton and Obama and Washington pairing off now. We got 3 distinct battles going down in the ring, but look at the intensity. Look at the fury behind the blows of Roosevelt and Taft as these two stand face to face, exchanging brutal lefts and rights.
They were once friends. They really do not like each other.
Indeed. Former tag team partners become the bitterest of enemies. And my God, it's only getting more exciting. Oh my goodness, it's Grover Cleveland.
Wow.
Big Grover Cleveland coming into the mix. Oh my God, can the ring support them all?
2 biggest men coming in here at the beginning.
And here comes Cleveland. He's wasting no time, and he's coming up to Taft. It's the big one and the dude. The big one and the dude. They're both
laying into Taft.
They're hammering on Taft. Taft
my God.
Oh my goodness, Taft receiving a flurry of blows. The giant ham hocks of Grover Cleveland bashing off of the face of William Howard Taft. Teddy Roosevelt getting some much-needed assistance here.
Of course, Cleveland replacing Taft as TR's tag team partner.
That's just it.
And now those 2 tag teaming Taft right now.
And those are 2 big men. Taft, of course, the biggest man in the TWO. But Cleveland and Teddy Roosevelt, nothing to sneeze at. And they have Taft in a world of hurt. And who do we got coming next? JFK. One part of the TWO Tag Team Champions, John F. Kennedy coming down to the ring.
John F. Kennedy coming in, and it looks like he's going to attack Abraham Lincoln.
He's coming to Clinton's aid now.
Clinton going at it against Lincoln.
Clinton and Kennedy have Lincoln in a precarious situation. Washington seems to be in control over Barack Obama. Obama's still looking pretty good. Taft still in a world of hurt, dealing with both Roosevelt and Cleveland.
Wow.
They have him in a bad spot.
We
could see Big Taft go over early. And that would be certainly unexpected.
Clinton has locked up Abraham Lincoln in a full Nelson, and JFK's just pummeling at him in the face.
Oh my God!
Lincoln taking a lot of punishment here. And then, he just gave Kennedy a boot to the face.
Wow!
Clinton an elbow.
The dexterity of Lincoln.
He just bashed their heads together.
My God, he just knocked Kennedy and Clinton's heads together, and they are reeling. And who do we have coming next? Oh, my goodness, another big man, Chet Arthur.
This is heavyweight action here.
Absolutely it is. Chet Arthur now joining the fray, and where is he going to go? He's surveying his options. He's playing it cautiously. We got people tangled up. It looks like Arthur's going to go after Lincoln here. He feels Lincoln maybe a little bit wobbly after his encounter with Kennedy and Clinton, but Lincoln, of course, taking the upper hand in that fray. Kennedy and Clinton struggling to their feet here as Arthur and Lincoln begin trading blows.
Kennedy and Clinton are going at it with each other now.
What's this? My God, Kennedy and Clinton trading blows.
Maybe each blaming the other for allowing Lincoln to get the upper hand.
That very well could be. Lincoln now has a tough task on his hand with a fresh Chester Arthur.
Bill Clinton going after his idol John F. Kennedy.
And what's the... Oh my
no.
goodness. It's Lyndon Johnson. Here he comes. He's sprinting down to the ring. And Clinton, he's rocked in the back of the head.
Oh!
The tag team champions, they're teaming up on Bill Clinton. Clinton's in serious trouble.
Clinton is in trouble.
LBJ, he's scooping Clinton up. What's this now? Kennedy, he's flying forward to the clothesline. Clinton's over the top.
Out.
Clinton's over the top.
Bill Clinton is eliminated.
The tag team champions have entered the fray, and they are on the same side. And who are they going to target next?
If those two stay teamed up, they're going to be a formidable force in this Rumble.
That's
they're lucky to
absolutely
both be in there at the same time.
It looks like they're going over. They're going to help TR in Cleveland. They're all ganging up on Taft.
Jeez.
They're trying to pick Taft up over. They're trying to hoist him up over. Taft, he's got one leg on the top rope. He's being hoisted
onto
up
the
over.
ropes.
He's hanging on for dear life. He's screaming. He's shaking his head no, but he is in serious trouble. And who do we got coming now? Here comes James Madison.
James Madison comes in, and he's going to go right to the top rope.
What's he doing?
He just dove into the middle of the fray there.
My
he landed
God.
on JFK and LBJ.
My God. And that's broken up. That Taft's dropped down.
Taft is laying on the ground. He's
Madison
barely conscious at this point.
He saved Taft from certain elimination. The acrobatics of James Madison.
LBJ and JFK now facing down Madison. He's looks to be backing away, trying to... Oh, he just snuck in between the two of them. Come back around. And, a double bulldog.
Goodness.
He took both of them down.
My goodness. What a surprise. The power of James Madison. My God. Unbelievable.
The tenacity.
Taking out both tag team champions here. But they're not done. They're going to be getting back up. Madison, he's dancing back and forth. He's being quite careful. And here's our next entrant. We got Rutherford Hayes coming in. Here comes Hayes. He's not wasting any time. The closest people to him, Madison and the tag team champions, Kennedy and LBJ. Hayes now grabbing Madison and just leveling into him. What's Hayes doing? Just brutally punching James Madison. He's grabbed him from behind and thrust him into the corner, and he's beating on him, taking advantage of the little man here. But now he's turning back his attention, and he's going after Kennedy and Johnson. Meanwhile, Arthur and Lincoln, nobody taking a clear advantage. Obama, getting tired. He's going over now. He's starting to take up and help Taft with his situation with Teddy Roosevelt and Grover Cleveland. George Washington getting a breather, but now...
Madison's back on the top rope.
What's he doing?
Oh, it's a drop kick right in the back of Rutherford B. Hayes.
Oh, my God. And Hayes is now down. Madison catching his breath. And here comes Millard Fillmore. Millard Fillmore entering the fray.
Making his way to the ring.
And we got all kinds of action going on here. Washington now tangled up with Kennedy. Lincoln and Arthur still having at it. Millard Fillmore going over, and now Millard Fillmore, he's starting to go after Lincoln. All sorts of action going on now. TR and Obama. Ooh, and Obama just rocked by a solid left hook from Teddy Roosevelt. Roosevelt and Cleveland now turning their attention back to Taft, and they are trying to hoist him up and over the top rope. Taft now looks to be in some serious trouble. He is very much winded.
So much punishment.
Absolutely, he has, and they're working on him. Meanwhile, look at this. Rutherford Hayes is back up, and he's charging for James Madison. Madison, he's moved out of the way. Hayes, he's over the top rope.
Hayes is out.
He's over the top rope. He's
Madison
gone.
Eliminated him.
My God, Madison.
James Madison.
He's able to jump out of the way, and Hayes has gone sprawling over the top rope, and here comes Ronald Reagan, the great communicator.
The Gipper.
Here he comes.
Looking to win one in here. Get a shot at the title.
Indeed. And now, oh, look at this. Taft is in some serious trouble. I think he's going over. My God, there he goes.
TR.
Oh, my God. My God.
Cleveland went out, too.
Cleveland went out with Taft. Taft
oh, my
hold of
God.
Cleveland, my God, a double elimination.
TR's left standing there.
He don't believe it.
He and Cleveland were teaming up on tap. Somehow Cleveland went out as well. Cleveland, very upset, has some words for TR right now.
Absolutely. TR shrugging his shoulders. He appears to be apologizing, but he doesn't have time. Obama now coming over, engaging TR, and Lyndon Johnson coming over to Madison and Reagan, where these three are now tangled up. What an event we got going on here. We still have Washington and Kennedy trading blows. Kennedy on the losing end of that, it appears. And
Kennedy looking to be in trouble.
Fillmore and Arthur double teaming Abraham Lincoln. And who's our next entry here? Oh, we got George W. Bush. Here he comes.
George W. Bush coming in. And he's going right for George Washington.
My goodness, and Reagan is as well. Reagan and Bush now, they're both teaming up against George Washington.
George Washington trading blows with both of them.
JFK and LBJ turning their attention to James Madison. Oh my God,
they got him.
They got him.
He tried to swirl away, but they grabbed on and they're picking him up. He's kicking.
He's like a cornered animal. What's he going to be able to do, James? My God, I don't think there's anything he can do.
The two of them lifting him up.
He's up and he's over.
They threw him into like the 15th row. Look at him.
God, he is gone. I can't believe
how far he went, James Madison.
Gone. Absolutely gone. Fortunately, nobody was in danger of being decapitated this time around. But my goodness, the tag team champions. And meanwhile, Bush and Reagan pounding on George Washington. Washington looking in trouble for the first time. And speaking of trouble, Lincoln trying to fight back against Millard Fillmore and Chester Arthur. Obama and TR tangled up, tag team champions, casting their eye on who's next. It's James Monroe. Here comes James Monroe, and he looks pissed off, James.
Yeah, he's a close friend of James Madison.
Indeed.
He's going right at JFK and LBJ.
Going right for him, and now they're trading blows. Monroe, the fresh man, peppering JFK and LBJ with some blows, countering quite well.
He bounded off the ropes and a double clothesline.
My God, James Monroe in a fury.
Going to town on the TWO Tag Team Champions.
That's just it. And now what's he going to do here? He's turning his attention over and he's going after Barack Obama. Barack Obama, Teddy Roosevelt was seemingly in some trouble, absolutely winded from his efforts in getting William Howard Taft out of this ring. Monroe and Obama tangling it up a little bit now. And now the tag team champions, now they've focused their efforts on Teddy Roosevelt. Oh, and here comes Grover Cleveland.
Grover Cleveland!
It's Grover Cleveland coming back now. He's coming
back to the ring for a non-consecutive entry.
That's it. And, he's not as damaged as the last time. When we remember the last presidential rumble, Grover Cleveland
exercising his prerogative as
absolutely
a non-consecutive president.
And here he comes, and he is pounding on Chester Arthur now. Cleveland and Arthur, two of the biggest men in the ring here. Cleveland letting Arthur have it, giving Lincoln a little bit of a break.
Leaving Millard Fillmore alone at the hands of Abraham Lincoln, and it looks like, look,
Lincoln!
It's the rail splitter!
Oh my God! Oh my God! And Fillmore, he's over!
He's out!
He's gone!
That is it for Millard Fillmore.
Lincoln, he's collapsed against the ropes. He's taking a breath.
He's taking a lot of punishment.
Breath. But what's he gonna do? He's not gonna stay there. No, he's heading over. He's heading over to Bush and Reagan. He's helping Washington. Who do we have now? Oh, here he comes. It's FDR. He's got his leg braces this time. He should have a better performance in this Rumble. We'll see. Here he comes.
Yep, he's got his leg braces back, and he is making his way to the ring on both feet.
That's just it. Here he comes. And FDR, he's going after TR. My God. It's a battle of the Hyde Park and Oyster Bay Roosevelts.
Yeah, you'd think he would go help out his cousin, but nope, there is bad blood in that shared blood.
That's just it. Kennedy and Johnson taking a step back, regrouping towards the ropes. Monroe and Obama. Obama with just got kicked in the gut by Monroe. What's Monroe doing? He's turned his attention. Oh my God, here he comes, full speed at Kennedy and Johnson. Oh my God! All three of them are gone.
Monroe went out too.
Monroe, Kennedy, Johnson, all eliminated.
Wow.
And they're not done. They're fighting on the outside of the ring. My God.
Look at him.
And here comes James Madison.
James Madison climbing back out of the crowd where he had been thrown, and he's got a steel chair.
My God, and there's a brawl on the outside. The Chief Justice is trying to break it up. Meanwhile, here comes Andrew Jackson. Jackson. Storming full force into the ring past the Fray on the outside.
Jackson
which the
looks
Chief Justices
angry.
are
He wants
cleaning up.
another chance to wear a belt here.
He certainly does. Here he comes, and he's coming after Grover Cleveland. And Chester Arthur. Jackson going after the two biggest men in the ring.
Totally fearless.
Indeed he is, and he looks tenacious.
Looks like the Chief Justices have removed the chair from James Madison's hands. He seemed to get some semblance of order on the outside, but
Trying
these
to break
two
everybody
pairs
out of here.
jawing at each other, there is a rivalry brewing there.
There certainly is. James Monroe and James Madison and the TWO Tag Team Champions. My God, we could see more developing here. In the meantime, what a fray we have. Obama has joined FDR, and they are double teaming a tired and bloodied Teddy Roosevelt in the corner. Jackson still holding his own against Arthur and Cleveland. We have our next entry coming. General Eisenhower joining the fray. Here he comes. Let's see where he's heading.
Shot at the title.
Eisenhower now, he's coming over. And now we got Reagan, Bush, Eisenhower, Lincoln, Washington. The five of them.
A huge cluster.
A giant cluster of fists and feet flailing. Unbelievable. Jackson holding his own now. Cleveland and Arthur trying to get in some blows edgewise, but boy, Jackson is tough as a piece of old hickory.
He's giving it back as good as he gets it.
Indeed he is, just hanging on there. We got 4 Republicans make that. Now, battling it out in the corner, George Washington, the first man in, Abraham Lincoln, the second man in, both of these men. Starting to look a bit tired.
That's right. They've taken a lot of punishment here already.
Indeed they
We're
have.
not even halfway through this Rumble.
Let's see who's coming next. It's James Garfield. Here comes Garfield, and he's looking pretty fit. Let's see what he's going to do.
He's a big man, and he's looking formidable.
He is. He's weighing his options, and he's going after Jackson. James Garfield is going after Andrew Jackson. Jackson and Garfield now trading blows. Two of the freshest men in here, my God.
Chester Arthur now going to come up behind Jackson, hit him in the back. He and Garfield now both stomping Jackson.
Oh, Jackson is in a world of trouble.
And then what's this? That leaves Grover Cleveland is going to the top rope.
What's he doing?
Chester Arthur doesn't see him.
Oh
it's the veto.
God. Oh,
it's
my
the veto
God.
at the top rope. Chester Arthur is down.
My goodness, I don't believe it.
Grover Cleveland peeling Arthur up off the mat, and he is out.
He's gone.
Chester Arthur caught off guard and now eliminated
My
from the Presidential
goodness.
Rumble.
And who do we have coming next? Here comes William McKinley. William McKinley coming into the ring now.
Looks like he's going to go to the aid of TR.
He is. What's going on? Oh, that TR, he's in some trouble, but McKinley now is trying to bail him out. He's beating on Roosevelt. He's beating on Obama. TR trying to catch his breath and join the fray with him. We got a 2-on-2 over here. Meanwhile, the fray in the corner here starting to break up a little bit. Bush and Reagan. They're now turning their attention towards Abraham Lincoln. Eisenhower going over and joining the fight with Jackson and Garfield. Washington taking a much-needed breather in the corner.
I think Lincoln needs a breather, too. A lot of these guys need a breather.
They absolutely do. Lincoln's in trouble going up against Bush and Reagan here.
They are fresher men.
Washington now rejoining and going back against Reagan and Bush. And we got another entrant. Who could it be? Oh, no, it's George H.W. Bush. Here he comes. And it looks like Lincoln is in serious trouble. Oh, my God. 2 Bushes and Reagan. They're stomping on Lincoln. Lincoln is in serious trouble. Washington, he's trying to help, but there's not much he can
Washington.
do. Is Washington going to be able to do anything to help Lincoln here? Here he comes. My God, he's picked up Reagan and thrown him. He's hit both bushes.
The bushes are down. The bushes.
The bushes are down. And they look heated. They're getting back up and they're turning on Reagan.
They're attacking Reagan.
My God.
They think Reagan double-crossed them. He got thrown at them by Washington.
They don't realize.
The bushes are stomping Reagan into the canvas.
My God. And meanwhile, McKinley tearing into FDR. Obama and TR now going at it. And what's this? TR, he's got Obama up at the trust buster. Oh my God. Obama's crumpled to the mat. TR scooping him up and tossing him over.
Oh, Barack Obama is out.
Gone.
Those two were in here for a long time.
Indeed.
Barack Obama's time in the Rumble has ended.
That's it. And here comes General Taylor, Zachary Taylor, old rough and ready, coming down to the ring.
He looks ready.
He certainly does.
And it's going to be rough.
Indeed. He's jumping into the fray now. He's brawling with Eisenhower. Jackson and Garfield.
Two generals.
Duking it out.
Jackson, he's a lot of generals in this ring.
Indeed. And here comes Cleveland now from behind. He's attacking Jackson. Cleveland and Garfield now pummeling away to Andrew Jackson. Eisenhower and Taylor trading blows. Lincoln and Washington taking a much-needed break. And meanwhile, the Bushes have Reagan in a world of trouble. Oh, my God! He's gone!
Reagan's gone!
And Reagan is out in an unbelievable turn of events. My God. The Bushes now
catching their breath.
They are catching their breath and looking to who next to turn their attention to. Washington and Lincoln don't appear to be too much of a threat as they are trying to catch their breath themselves. And we got some serious slugging going on here. And the other parts of the ring, Cleveland and Garfield teaming up on Jackson. Eisenhower and Taylor trading blows. McKinley, FDR, Teddy Roosevelt. The table's turning on FDR now.
Yeah, he looks in trouble.
Well, maybe he has some help coming. Here comes Harry Truman. Truman could be coming to Roosevelt's aid. Nope, he's going right after Dwight Eisenhower. And now Taylor and Eisenhower.
Truman going up behind Eisenhower, hitting him in the back of the head, and now he's just pummeling him.
My God. Truman and Taylor taking it out of General Eisenhower. He is prone on the mat, and Truman now. What's this?
Oh,
my God. Truman climbing up to the top rope.
He's going for the atomic drop.
Oh, my God. What's this? It's Mr. Fuji. My
Truman
God.
just fell out.
Truman's gone.
He's eliminated.
He's gone.
Mr. Fuji came up and knocked him off the top rope.
He used his cane. He pulled Harry Truman off the top rope. The Chief Justices didn't see it. They just saw Truman prone outside of the ring, and he is eliminated. Oh, my God. Mr. Fuji, what have you done?
Fuji, he's disappeared into the crowd. Truman's trying to go after him. Mr. Fuji, of course, getting revenge on Truman for his interference in the match at World War III.
My God.
And the atomic drops delivered on Hirohito.
That's
now
just
the tables have turned.
And Taylor taking advantage of the prone Eisenhower. My goodness, I don't believe this. Who do we got coming now? Here comes Silent Cal, Calvin Coolidge, making his way to the ring. Here comes Calvin Coolidge going straight for FDR, breaking up that fray, and now the Bushes getting involved with TR and William McKinley.
Bush is laying into TR and McKinley.
Indeed. And oh my goodness, McKinley just got rocked. And he's in some serious trouble here.
Looks like George W. has got him in up. Oh, it's
the
decider!
God. He's just been given the decider, my God.
My God, that's going to decide things now. And
it certainly is. TR's not going to be able to do anything about it. They got McKinley up and over.
He is out.
He's gone. My God.
The Bush is now turning on to TR, who is backed into the corner. He has taken so much punishment in this match. Now the Bushes are both laying into him.
Oh, my goodness. Not a good position for TR.
He's swinging back. I don't know how he has any gas left in the tank.
It's unbelievable. Meanwhile, you got Garfield breaking off from the fray. Cleveland and Jackson having at it, and Garfield now tearing into Dwight Eisenhower alongside Zachary Taylor. And here we have Benjamin Harrison
entering the ring.
He's coming straight for Grover Cleveland.
He's going right after Cleveland.
Right after Cleveland. Oh, my God, Jackson and Harrison. They are tearing into Grover Cleveland. What's going to happen here? Cleveland's in some serious trouble. Here comes Lincoln. Here comes Lincoln. He's coming to their aid as well. Cleveland, he's teetering. He's going up. He's over.
Oh, my God.
Grover Cleveland is gone. He's out of here.
Second non-consecutive elimination.
That's just it.
Took 3 men to get him out.
My goodness. Now Jackson, Lincoln, Harrison going over. Garfield and Eisenhower, Taylor. Now Taylor and Lincoln are looking like they're grouping up and they're going after Andrew Jackson.
Another superstar entering the ring. It's Ulysses Grant.
Here he comes, General Grant. We still got a lot of generals in the ring. Grant coming up. And he is going straight. He's going after Jackson. Jackson now in some trouble. He's got Lincoln and Grant on him. Benjamin Harrison joining in as well. Jackson now getting triple teamed.
He's surrounded.
He's getting swarmed by these Republican presidents. Jackson in a world of trouble. Jackson desperately struggling to fight back here. And oh, a headbutt to Benjamin Harrison. He's got him by the beard. Harrison's gone.
Jackson just threw Harrison out by his beard.
Andrew Jackson, he's not done. He's thwarting off Grant. He's holding off Lincoln. Jackson
got a
fighting back viciously. Here. Meanwhile, the Bushes teaming up on Teddy Roosevelt. Teddy Roosevelt seems to be in serious trouble. What's this? Roosevelt's grabbed them both by the throat. Oh my God! He slapped their heads together and chucked them both out of the ring.
Oh my!
Oh my God!
The Bushes are double eliminated.
Unbelievable! Teddy Roosevelt huffing and puffing on the rope. And here comes Thomas Jefferson is now coming into the fray. Teddy Roosevelt trying to catch his breath on the ropes.
Franklin Roosevelt's
coming up behind him.
He's not going to let him catch it.
Oh my God! Oh my God, he lifted up TR by the ankles and topped him.
Oh!
And tossed him right over the top.
TR is gone.
I don't believe it.
Wow.
Franklin Roosevelt eliminating Theodore Roosevelt.
TR,
unbelievable.
Top contenders. He's been in there a really long time.
He certainly has. And Coolidge now back on Roosevelt. Washington now is getting into the fray. He's going after Garfield. He's going after Taylor. Eisenhower had been in some trouble. Thomas Jefferson coming over. Jefferson and Taylor now trading some blows. Eisenhower trying to recover. He's pulled himself over to the corner. Lincoln still trying to square away against Jackson with Grant. Garfield and Washington trading blows. And here comes Jerry Ford.
Gerald Ford.
Probably the most athletic man in this thing.
He's looking fit.
He certainly is, and he's going after Thomas Jefferson, who's the second freshest man in here. That might give Zachary Taylor a break. What's Eisenhower doing? He's picked himself up from the corner. What's this now? Oh, Eisenhower. He looks to be eyeing Garfield. Eisenhower, he's climbing up the top rope. Here he goes. What's he going to do? He's grasping his chest. What's going on here?
I think he's having a heart attack.
Oh my God, he's falling backwards. Oh my God, Eisenhower's gone.
He's eliminated.
He's eliminated. We need some medics down here.
Medical attention.
My God. Some Chief Justice is dragging Eisenhower off to the side, having just suffered a debilitating heart attack and eliminating himself from this thing. What an unreal turn of events here. Unbelievable. And Andy Jackson now getting the upper hand on Grant, it seems.
Jackson is laying into Grant.
He certainly is. Lincoln taking a couple steps back.
Uh-oh.
It's JQA.
Here comes John Quincy Adams.
It's JQA. He's going straight for Jackson.
Not looking.
He's going straight for Jackson. My God. My God, blindsiding Jackson with an elbow to the back and side of the head. Jackson is in some serious trouble now. JQA stomping on him.
JQA is furious.
My God!
He is stomping Jackson into the mat. He's waited a long time to get Jackson in this position, and he is letting him have it.
He certainly is. Grant letting him have it. Such incredible action we're seeing here. Gerald Ford peppering Thomas Jefferson with blows and now grabbing Zachary Taylor. Taylor in some serious trouble. Oh, Ford! He's got Taylor out!
Taylor's eliminated.
Taylor is gone, and Ford now turning back his attention to Thomas Jefferson, trading blows now. FDR and Calvin Coolidge peppering each other with blows here back and forth. And oh, who's this? We got our next entrant coming. It's William Henry Harrison. Here he comes. Coming down at a brisk pace, and what's this? He's going straight for Washington, clocking Washington in the back of the head. Washington's unfazed. Washington turning around, he's shaking his head no. William Henry Harrison, he doesn't know what to do. Washington's gone. My God, he's gone.
Harrison's out.
He's gone.
William Henry Harrison
just felt the back of Washington's hand and went clear over the top rope. My goodness.
Wow.
What an insane turn of events.
Harrison out just as soon as he was in.
That's just it. My God, Washington not to be trifled with. The first man in this thing still trying to hold his own against the powerful James Garfield. Meanwhile, we got FDR and Calvin Coolidge having at it. FDR, he's going in. He's going to go for the Hyde Park Hurricane. My God.
He's got Coolidge.
No, Coolidge is... He's reversed it. He's got his FDR set up. Silent but violent suplex. Silent but violent suplex right over the top rope. My God.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt is out.
He's gone, and he's going to pass Herbert Hoover on the way back to the dressing room, because here comes Hoover. Hoover coming in now, taking his time, sizing everybody up here.
And there's Coolidge is going to go right at Hoover.
Coolidge and Hoover now trading blows. Hoover trying to take his time to decide where he wanted to pick his fight, but Coolidge was having none of it. Coolidge rushing into Herbert Hoover. And they are locking horns now.
Hoover served in Coolidge's cabinet. Coolidge, not a fan.
Indeed not. And now you have Andrew Jackson in a world of hurt. As you got JQA, Grant, and Lincoln all taking it out of Old Hickory. He is in some serious trouble here.
Looks like Jackson trying to crawl to his feet here. JQA grabs him.
Wait a second. Maybe Jackson, maybe there's hope for him. It's Martin Van Buren. Here comes MVB. He's rushing into the fray. He's rushing after John Quincy Adams. Adams and Van Buren.
He's got JQA from behind.
My God.
Now JQA and MVB pummeling each other.
Trading blows viciously. JQA rushing in. MVB's got him crooked. Oh, a devastating bulldog.
Oh.
And JQA, that might take some of the wind out of his sails. MVB desperately trying to rescue Andrew Jackson, who was in desperate need of help. What an absolute slobber knocker here. Lincoln, Grant, still going after Jackson and Van Buren, trying to help John Quincy Adams a bit, and he's in need of it. MVB trying to hold off Lincoln and Grant.
Jackson's still down.
Jackson really been put through the ringer here tonight. Meanwhile, Jefferson and Ford. Ford getting the upper hand on Jefferson a little bit, and it's John Adams. Here comes John Adams, and boy, is he looking pissed, and he's going straight for Van Buren. He's going straight for Van Buren. John Adams now, JQA getting back up. The Adams is peppering away at Martin Van Buren.
Van Buren in trouble now.
The little magician, he needs to come up with a trick to get himself out of this situation. He's going to be able to do it.
John Adams getting MVB in a headlock, wrenching that neck there.
And JQA kicking him for good measure.
JQA now turning his attention back to Jackson, who's stumbling to his feet. JQA laying into him. JQA elbow to the back. Jackson back down.
Oh, my goodness.
JQA takes a little run off the ropes, and a leg drop.
Oh, my God.
Jackson was face down on the canvas. JQA leg dropped him.
Just eating that mat.
JQA. Oh no, he's picking Jackson. He's getting him up.
What's this,
oh no,
James?
It's the Infernal Improvement.
Oh no,
it's the Infernal Improvement.
My God,
Jackson is unconscious.
It's Fabulous Frankie Pierce coming to the ring now.
JQA peeling Jackson up off the mat and dumping him over the top rope.
Oh
Andrew
my
Jackson
goodness,
is eliminated.
He's gone. Old Hickory is no more.
when he becomes conscious again, he's going to be furious.
He absolutely is. He's on the outside of the ring. And they're trying to get him woken up here. Oh, there he comes. He's coming too. John Quincy Adams appears to be taunting him from the side. JQA pointing his finger into Jackson's face. Jackson's grabbed him. Jackson's grabbed JQA by the arm.
He's holding him.
What's this? Here comes Van Buren. Adams is out. Adams is out.
John Quincy Adams is gone.
And here comes John Adams behind Van Buren, and Van Buren's gone. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
What a chain of events. What a chain of events. I don't believe it.
Here comes Warren Harding in the ring, but now Jackson is on the outside with Van Buren, and they're pounding JQA. They're all eliminated, but they're going at it.
Somebody needs to break this up. Somebody needs to break this thing up. It's going to turn into a catastrophe outside of the ring. Meanwhile, we got Harding joining up with Coolidge to beat up on Herbert Hoover. It's absolute madness on the outside of the ring. Martin Van Buren and Andrew Jackson stomping on John Quincy Adams. John Adams, none too happy about it. He's climbing up to the top rope.
What's he doing?
He's diving into him. Oh my God.
He dove right out of the ring, eliminating himself, but he landed right on top of Jackson and Van Buren.
My God, and now the Adamses and Jackson and Van Buren all pummeling at each other. The Chief Justice is trying desperately to break it up. My goodness. What an insane turn of events.
Meanwhile, James Garfield has got a hold of George Washington here. Washington looks to be in trouble.
Oh, Washington is rocked. He's stunned.
Garfield's
hit him hard. Garfield, he's spearing forth. What's this? Washington scooped him up. Garfield's up and over the top.
It's Garfield out.
I don't believe it.
Washington was on the verge of elimination.
It looked like Garfield had him for sure.
Washington is winded now.
And here comes James Buchanan. Buchanan coming in. Buchanan now. Herbert Hoover in a world of trouble with Coolidge and Harding, and it looks like now Harding, Pierce, Coolidge, Buchanan, they're going towards Lincoln and Grant. Ignoring the winded Washington, which, well, that could be a mistake, but maybe the bigger threat at this point is the fact that Lincoln and Washington could start running a gauntlet here. Now they're all squaring up against each other, everybody exchanging blows.
Lincoln is getting double teamed now by Buchanan and Pierce. Now Harding is getting in there. All three of them are laying into him.
Oh no, Lincoln in some serious trouble.
He has been in here since the beginning. He is totally out of energy. I don't know how he's still standing. He's taken on three men.
Indeed,
holding his own.
Unbelievable fortitude on the part of Abraham Lincoln. Who do we have coming next? Oh, it's Richard Nixon.
Richard Nixon sneaking into the ring here.
Here he comes, and he's going immediately after the prone Herbert Hoover. Oh, just stomping on his face and neck, and really taking advantage of the prone Herbert Hoover here. It looks like Hoover might not be long for this match.
Nope, and
Nixon really tearing into him.
I don't know if Lincoln is long for this match. Pierce, Buchanan, and Harding have got him up against the ropes. They're trying to lift him up and dump him out.
This
Lincoln
could be bad.
Desperately holding onto the ropes, clawing his way back into the ring, and look, he just ducked under all three of them, and then, he just clotheslined Pierce out of the ring.
My God!
He's got a hold of James Buchanan by the back of his shirt, and he just flung him.
He's gone! He's gone. Lincoln's going on.
And now look,
Lincoln's on the warpath.
Harding is begging no. He's on his knees.
Lincoln's shaking his head.
Lincoln,
my God,
he's grabbed him by the
throat. He's got him by the throat. My goodness. And Harding is gone.
Harding is out.
Abraham Lincoln, he's on a rampage. Oh my God.
Abraham Lincoln is a man possessed.
Indeed he is. He is not to be trifled with here. And here comes our next entrant. It's James K. Polk, the Dark Horse.
He could be a dark horse to win this thing and go on to WrestleMania.
Let's see, he's weighing his options here. He sees
what's this?
What's going on here?
There's some horses riding down to the ringside. That's Jefferson Davis.
It's Jefferson Davis and Nathan Bedford Forrest.
They're riding down the ringside to CCW's
back. It's the CCW.
What are they doing?
God. My God, the Chief Justices see him, and Abraham Lincoln sure sees him.
They're not. They're just idling their horses by ringside, staring at Abraham Lincoln. The Chief Justice is yelling at him.
What is going on here? What are they doing here?
Lincoln having some choice words for these CCW.
Indeed. What? Wait, what? What's
that?
this, James?
Who is that?
Somebody just jumped out of the stands and into the ring.
He went behind Lincoln.
Tyler.
He came about. Oh, and he just dumped Lincoln over the top rope.
My God! And he's out of the ring. He's jumped back into the crowd. Lincoln on the outside.
The Chief Justices didn't see it.
They've turned around now. They're saying Lincoln's out. They're saying Lincoln's out.
There goes Forrest and Davis. They're galloping away.
Oh my!
Lincoln is furious.
Oh my God! Lincoln now he's chasing after John Tyler through the crowd.
Lincoln is in the crowd.
I don't believe it. I just don't believe this. Abraham Lincoln,
once again
of the CCW.
Screwed by the CCW.
And meanwhile, we have Jimmy Carter coming to ringside. I just can't believe this turn of events. The winner of last year's Presidential Rumble unceremoniously eliminated due to the dirty tactics of the CCW and John Tyler. Jimmy Carter coming in now and going straight for Richard Nixon. Meanwhile, Ford turning his attention back, and he's going to try and help Nixon against Carter and against Hoover.
Nixon's in trouble. Carter and Hoover have him up against the ropes. They're about to dump him out. Nixon clinging on to
But here comes Ford. Here comes Ford. Oh, my God, with a hard shoulder, and Hoover is gone.
Hoover, whoa. He went right over the top there.
He went flying, my God. Nixon and Ford now have Carter in trouble, and oh, my God, Carter's gone. Wow. Just chucked away.
Carter
like a piece of
just
bad
got
meat.
in, and he was not long for this
now
Rumble.
Completely gone. Nixon and Ford, now they appear to be discussing what to do next. And, oh, here comes our next entry. We got Andrew Johnson coming in.
Andrew Johnson.
Nixon appears to be...
down to the final two. We only have one more superstar to come in.
That's it. Nixon appears to be telling Ford something. Having him...
Looks like they're going to team up, make some kind of strategy here. Ford now turning back to the ring. And Nixon,
oh, my God!
Nixon came in behind Ford. He got him, and Ford is out!
I don't believe
Nixon
it!
just betrayed Ford!
Nixon has betrayed Ford! Ford's gone! Ford a favorite here! My God! The devious tactics of Richard Nixon. Meanwhile, Andrew Johnson heading straight for James Polk.
The two Tennesseans. Trading
blows. You got Jefferson and Washington trading blows. Grant and Coolidge. Grant seems to be getting the upper hand on Coolidge. And Nixon now seems to be just biding his time, trying to play it smart.
Indeed. And here we have the final entrant of the Presidential Rumble.
It's the academic. Woodrow Wilson. The final draw. Could academia run wild here tonight at the Presidential Rumble, James?
We last saw Woodrow Wilson suffer a stroke at Air of Bad Feelings.
That's it. This is his return. We'll see if it's a triumphant one. He's taking his time.
A little droopy there. I can't help but think maybe his quote-unquote random draw at last was maybe Donald Trump's way of hoping that that's who he faces at PresidentialMania.
Indeed.
He does not look fully recovered.
No, he does not. He's biding his time now. Grant, and Coolidge is in some serious trouble. Grant now giving some serious boots and some serious fists to the midsection of Calvin Coolidge. It appears he's got the wind knocked out of him. Grant charging in like a bull. Oh, he's got him up and over.
Coolidge is gone.
Coolidge is gone. Ulysses Grant eliminating Calvin Coolidge. We are down to the final 7 contestants in this thing. Grant, Nixon, Wilson, Andrew Johnson.
Somehow George Washington.
Somehow, unbelievably.
Still in there.
Washington and Jefferson trading blows, but now they're turning off and away from one another. Jefferson appears to be going over, hooking up with Grant. Nixon getting into that fray. Or no, he's not. Nixon now is going after James K. Polk.
Washington
who was fighting with Johnson.
Totally exhausted.
Washington nearly collapsed in the corner, and that looks like it's given the academic an idea. Wilson going over. He's going to try and scoop Washington up. He's trying to scoop
He's trying
Washington
to go
up.
for the 15th point.
Oh, my God. Could we see the 15th point?
Washington
Wilson is looking a little bit weak. It doesn't appear that he could fully get Washington up. Washington is at his mercy. Wilson doesn't be able. He doesn't seem to be able to follow through here.
He's grabbing a hold of Washington. He's trying to get him up, and Washington stiffens. He's fighting. Oh, and there goes Wilson.
My God!
A total reversal.
My God!
Woodrow Wilson is out.
An exhausted Washington.
He is on his knees
Absolutely making a fool of the fresh Woodrow Wilson.
And look here. Looks like Richard Nixon is talking to Polk and Johnson. They appear to be cooking something up, and all three of them are going for Washington.
Oh, no. Washington's in serious trouble.
God.
They're going for him, Washington. He barely's going to have time
him.
Oh, no. This is terrible. What a disgrace. Washington getting triple teamed here, and it's just unbelievable that he is still in this thing. Wait, what's this? Grant and Jefferson now. They're taking their focus off of each other and turning their attention towards Washington. Grant rushing in hard. He's grabbed Polk by the mullet, and oh my God, he's just chucked him over the top. Polk is gone.
Polk's out.
Grant now. He's turning towards Nixon. Jefferson coming over, trying to turn against Andy Johnson. Washington getting back to his feet slowly but surely, James. My God, the beating that Washington has seen here tonight. Just unbelievable fortitude.
Determination in his eyes to get back to his feet now.
Absolutely unreal. And Jefferson taking it out on Andy Johnson. Grant trying to get the upper hand on Richard Nixon. Nixon now trying to squirrel away behind Grant. Grant turning around, but Grant's a little bit winded. He's been in here a while. Jefferson's been in here a while.
He's going to throw Andy Johnson up against the ropes. Johnson comes back. He ducks under a clothesline, bounces off the ropes, and he clotheslined Jefferson.
Goodness.
But then, Johnson turned around. Washington's got him by the throat.
It's Washington.
George Washington's got him.
He's got him.
And Johnson is out.
Oh, my God. It's down to the final four.
Just flung Andy Johnson out of the ring by the throat.
It's down to the final four, and one of them is George Washington, the first man in this thing. Unbelievable. It's Washington, it's Jefferson, it's Nixon, and it's Grant.
One of these men will go to PresidentialMania.
That's just it. Who's going to be facing off against Donald Trump for the TWO championship? Nixon now going over to Washington. Nixon feeling Washington is the weakest man in this ring, and, well, he might be right about that. Nixon now trying to press the attack on George Washington. Jefferson and Grant reconnecting and duking it out a bit. And, my goodness, it could go any way, but I don't see it going the way of Washington, James. He is seriously fatigued. He has literally been through hell tonight.
He is barely hanging onto consciousness here. I don't know how he's doing it. Richard Nixon going to work on him. Flinging him into the corner there. Nixon running up and, a shoulder to the chest.
My goodness.
Washington slumping to the corner.
And this could spell the end of Washington. Meanwhile, Jefferson and Grant trading blows. Grant looking to be the stronger of the two. Jefferson still pretty wiry. He's got a nice reach. He's definitely got the reach on Grant, and they're just peppering each other with blows. This thing could go any way, James.
Nixon giving the boot to George Washington there in the corner. No, Washington's grabbed his foot. He just turned him over and twisted him. Now Washington's got him in an ankle lock. Richard Nixon screaming in pain.
Slamming his fists on the canvas.
He's twisting and he broke out of the hold, and here comes Washington
trying to
back
crawl
up
away.
Nixon just squirreled out. He just went under the ropes. He's on the outside of the ring.
What's he doing? Nixon.
He's running away from George Washington.
That's it. He's walking around on the outside of the ring. He's not eliminated. He didn't go over the top rope. Chief Justice is trying to tell him to get back inside the ring.
He's running away in fear from a man who's been in the ring for over an hour.
That's right.
Barely hanging on to consciousness. The crowd booing Richard Nixon.
Oh, and he is taking note. He's none too pleased with that. Nixon now
giving it back to the crowd.
Berating the crowd. What's this? Washington's coming up from behind.
He's leaning over the top rope. He grabbed Nixon by the face.
Oh, my God.
He's got him in like a fish hook, and he's lifted him right back up into the ring.
Oh, my goodness. Nixon lifted up by the face and placed back into the ring by Washington. Turned around. Oh, my God.
He is out.
My God, Washington with a devastating forearm. right to the face, right to the bridge of the nose of Richard Nixon. Unbelievable.
Washington now slumps back to his knees. Meanwhile, Grant and Jefferson are trading blows. They are going at it.
They sure are. One of these three men could be the next Trump Wrestling Organization heavyweight champion. What unbelievable action we've seen here tonight. The crowd here at Soldier Field on their feet. Absolutely loving every second of this, as am I, James.
This place is shaking, and it's coming down to the wire here. These three men. Grant now. Oh, he just gave Jefferson a boot to the midsection, and he's getting him up. Looks like he's going for a power bomb.
What's this? Oh my God!
Jefferson reversed a power bomb into a Frankensteiner. There goes Grant.
Grant's gone. He's gone. He's gone!
Jefferson gets the Frankensteiner, and Grant's momentum took him right over the top rope. It's down to Jefferson and Washington.
Jefferson, he's taking advantage. Washington is so tired. He is so hurt. Jefferson now.
Jefferson dragging Washington up off the canvas. Washington now just hanging there almost limp in Jefferson's arms. What's he doing? Oh, no. He's going for the Declaration.
Goodness. This could be an... Oh, no! The Declaration!
Jefferson got Washington in the Declaration!
This is it! This is it, it's over!
He's gotta be unconscious now!
Thomas Jefferson, he's gonna win this Rumble!
It's hitting him now that he's gonna be facing the champion at Presidential Mania.
It's gonna be Jefferson and Trump!
Is get Washington up off the canvas. He's peeling him up.
Jefferson now in complete control. He's got Washington up, chucking him over the top rope. That's it! Jefferson, his hands raised in victory. What's this?
Washington's feet didn't hit the ground. Look,
he's hanging on. The rope. He's hanging on. He's lifting himself up over the top rope. Jefferson doesn't see it. His arms raised in jubilant victory.
Washington is back in the ring. He is still
Oh, my God. Jefferson needs to turn around. He's turning around. It's Washington.
Jefferson turns around and Washington's got him.
Oh, my God.
He's getting him up.
Oh, my God.
It's the farewell address.
Oh, my God.
Jefferson is out.
He's gone!
My God! George Washington!
He's done the impossible!
I don't believe it!
The first man in and the last man standing. George Washington collapsing to his feet. Chief Justice is coming in, raising his arms in victory. Washington, it looks like he can scarcely believe it, James. I know that... Boy, I don't think anybody
Trump
watching
can't believe it.
That's for
this
sure.
This is not what he had in mind here.
Certainly
Letting
not.
Washington up off his suspension.
Certainly not.
He will now face Donald Trump at Presidential Mania.
That's just
if he can recover from the beating that he's taken here for the past hour
What
plus.
a testament to the strength and the fortitude of George Washington.
The iron will of George Washington.
That's just it. The first man in this thing hanging on for well over an hour, James. My goodness, overcoming all odds. What a presidential rumble.
Wow.
And what a presidential mania this is going to lead to.
Indeed, it is shaping
Washington
up to be
and Trump.
Epic clash.
Will go head to head for the TWO heavyweight champion.
These two have been at war for some time now, and it will finally culminate, as it should, in the main event at Presidential Mania.
Absolutely it will. My goodness, what an event we've seen here tonight. Everyone here at Soldier Field just completely stunned, exasperated with the amount of action, the amount of excitement, the twists, the turns. My goodness, we always said anything and anything can happen in the Trump Wrestling Organization, but
speaking of which, I'm getting word there's something happening outside the arena.
What's this now?
We're going outside now, and look at that's Abraham Lincoln and John Tyler.
What's this now?
Abraham Lincoln's beating up John Tyler in the parking lot of Soldier Field.
Oh my God! What's this now? Here come Davis and Forrest. They're trying to bail John Tyler out.
They're riding by on their horses, and they just scooped up John Tyler.
Forrest scooping up Tyler, and they're galloping away. Lincoln now. Lincoln's getting into a car. He's in hot pursuit.
They've disappeared into the streets of Chicago. Oh my God.
What? This is so far from over. Abraham Lincoln in hot pursuit of these Confederates.
Abraham Lincoln screwed out of another chance to repeat his Rumble winner.
That's just it.
And he's gone off against his true nemesis now. Jefferson Davis has foiled him at every turn. Those two need to meet again in the ring at some point.
Indeed they do. So many things building to a head here. What an exciting event, James. History made here tonight. George Washington outlasting all of the other presidential superstars to become the winner of this year's Presidential Rumble, and he is looking at facing Donald Trump for the TWO Heavyweight Championship at PresidentialMania. My goodness, I'm sure everybody looking forward to that. Perhaps not Donald Trump so much.
Well, perhaps not, but he is the owner, he is the champion, and he has had plenty of tricks up his sleeve thus far. I'm sure he has a lot more up there.
That's it, and of course he's certainly not somebody to go back on his word.
Of course not.
Yes, we'll certainly be looking forward to hearing what President Trump has to say at Wednesday Night War next time. But my goodness, what an event we have seen tonight.
Yes, it has been a rumble for the ages.
Absolutely. The capacity crowd here, loving every second of it, and the hundreds of thousands of you tuning in at home that all paid their $29.99 to watch the event. Money well spent.
Indeed.
I think we could universally concur with that. Just another day in the now Trump Wrestling Organization, for which I am Stephen Lincoln Douglas.
And I am James J. Hamilton.
Thanks for listening.
We'll see you at Presidential Mania.
That's it.